Well, it looks like something strange is happening with all these ice raids that's going on right now. It seems like a lot of these businesses are having a major labor shortage. I wonder why. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
The Trump administration did direct ICE to stop arrests at farms, restaurants, and hotels. CBS News reports all of this is happening as people are raising their concerns about the raids and how they could be hurting key industries. Our Marissa Armas speaking with the Texas Restaurant Association about the labor shortage they're dealing with.
The Texas Restaurant Association says about 22% of employees within the industry are immigrants. And if those immigrants aren't showing up for work, it's going to have an economic impact. And at this restaurant in Irving, it's already taking a toll.
How would you know the percentage of immigrants are working anywhere if they're undocumented? And if you know it's 22%, how did you allow them to get jobs in the first place if they are illegal? See, no matter what you do in life, you can continue to do something over and over again, but eventually, even though if you know it's wrong, when you started out, you might say, I'll let this slide a little bit, or I'll let a little bit of this slide. But then next thing, let's say like paying bills. Imagine paying bills and only putting a little bit on a bill. Now I've never done it. I don't say I never, but I never had right. I know now since I've become a professional and making good money and can pay my bills, I don't pay utilities, rent, car notes, the insurance, things of that nature. I don't pay a little bit. It's due at a certain time, a certain month. We're gonna pay the full balance, cell phone, keep it going, right? Now there have been times where I say, okay, I might not have had the money for a certain bill. Let's say like a cell phone. Let's just be honest. And let's say if it's like $250, $300 for some reason, it went up. You're like, what the hell did happen? But now it's like, shit, that's more than what I was expected to pay. So I'll tell you what, this week I'll pay half, and then next week I'll pay the other half, and then we're done. Right. But I'm not going to sit here and spread out bills on a consistent basis, knowingly and stretch it out because over time, eventually the bill collector going to be like, look at her, you continually falling behind on paying us. We're going to cut it off. And now you're upset and can't understand why would they do you like that. No, you struggling, blah, blah, blah. What if gave you different, they gave you chance after chance, time, plenty of time to get your financial affairs straight. If for some reason you still spending money wrong, you ain't budgeting, you ain't managing your money correctly. So now they're gonna have to say, hey, we're gonna have to cut it off here. If we lose you as a customer, we gotta turn your stuff off. We're sorry, but hey, we need our money. We can't stay in business unless you give us our money. So it's like if you allow an illegal immigrant in today, then allow two of them tomorrow, then more the next day, knowing that they did not come across the way they were supposed to come across. Because understand this, you look up immigration policies in most countries, you have to go through a certain criteria. They will arrest you. They will come find you and arrest you immediately if you are in their country illegally. Not there the way they told you or you promised or you knew you had to be there. If you cross a border and you running through the streets, they will if they find you, they will put you in jail and they will deport you. Here, they turn a blind eye, let you get a job, let you bring your family in, let them work. And then these businesses, they don't feel that they'll have any consequences because they use the whole, what you call it, not the I-9. What's the name of that app? I forgot the name of that app. But the app where you can Ben verify, they say they did the e-Ben verify. So they good. So there's nothing they can fall back on them. But then after a while, it gets to a point where, look, enough is enough. Now we allowed too many people in here the wrong way. Not the wrong, I'm gonna stop saying right or wrong. I'm gonna say unlawful because, like I've said many a times, morals and right and wrong and law don't always coincide with each other. Because remember, slavery was a law. Jim Crow laws, what I'm saying? There were laws back there to keep people from keeping people from prospering and doing advancing in their lives because of certain laws, and these certain laws, got abolished or what have you. So I can't really say law and doing right or wrong are two different, two in the same. But there are people who doing things unlawfully, and eventually it's like, we gotta cut it, we gotta stop it. And so it's going to affect the economy and businesses and stuff. Because if the government would have got nipped this in the bud early, you wouldn't have these problems. If the government wasn't so capitalistic and didn't want to pay people, trying to, make maximum dollars, but then don't want to pay people, livable wages, you wouldn't have these problems. So, I mean, it is what it is, right?
At Café y Tequila Mexican restaurant, this kitchen is a little quieter than usual.
Había muchas llamadas, o venían personalmente, nos dejaban sus números de teléfonos, pero hoy
Shout out to my homeboys that I still kick it with from the Hispanic culture. Latin Americans, Latinos, and Latinas too. I love you all. I love all people. Kick it with everybody. But please explain to me how this guy felt comfortable enough to get on TV and to speak on an English speaking channel, talking to English speaking nation and speaking in nothing but Spanish. Doesn't have, I don't know how long he's been here, but has not learned the language. And I know people who have been in this country for years, decades, and still refuse to learn the language of the country. Now, I don't know what would happen if I would move to Mexico. Don't know. I would think that I would try to learn the language as soon as possible. I blame the government for this too. I would make it a mandate that if you're coming into an English speaking country, that you have to take classes, night classes, whatever, online classes to learn English the moment you call yourself ready to come in this country and to work. Because if I go to Mexico, if I move to Mexico, I feel that I would have to learn the language. Because one, it could be a problem. I've had patients that don't speak English. And y'all see, and this is an example of why I say what I say. I don't say it out of bigotry, hatred, racism, or nothing. I say it really out of concern. I've had a few patients in the line in the nursing field that I'm in who don't speak English, who didn't speak English. The problem with that is everyone in our clinic doesn't speak. No one in our clinic speaks Spanish unless we hire, a Spanish speaking, person. But sometimes we may have one. I know we had, and I'm just talking about the company I'm with now. I mean, like even in the past 7 years, 7 years I've been doing this. We've had a few Hispanic people that can speak Spanish and English, young folk. But you'll have patients that don't speak a lick of English. And, sons, daughters might live here. And then son and daughter say, hey, I'm gonna bring my mom here to live with me, to take care of them. So they go through the whole channels and stuff, go through the channels and get them in, try to get them citizenship and stuff like that or what have you. But they don't speak English. Now, this guy's young enough, I would feel, to learn how to speak English. I'm not talking about old people. But anyway, hell, old people too. Hell, if you can watch TV, read a book, hell, you better learn how to speak English. My point is, there have been times where that patient has had a problem while on a dialysis machine. And with no one there to speak English, it's hard to tell what's wrong with them or what they're saying. And they're speaking Spanish at a mile a minute. So it got to a point that one time I had to call the translation hotline. And on the translation hotline, them son guns are so slow. They ask you, what's your name? What city you're calling from? What company you're calling from? Where is it located? Then they're going to tell you his name and their ID number. Now, how can I help you? All the while, I got a patient over here panicking. I don't know what's wrong with her or him. I don't know what's wrong with them. And I'm like, dude, I'll give you that later. Please tell me, ask her what is wrong with her. Why? What's the matter? And then she's speaking, then he asks her, and then she's speaking Spanish, stuff like that. Okay, now we can get to the preliminaries. You're doing too much right now. But if that person, so the patient not speaking English can become a problem. It's all good when everything is fine, but when problems arise and there is no communication, the communication is lacking, that can turn a bad situation worse. it could have been a life or death situation because this lady does not speak Spanish. And like I said, I don't blame her. I mean, like I say, don't blame me for speaking English. If I, like I said, if I moved to Mexico or anywhere south of the border and they primary language is some form of Spanish, shoot, I should be learning that language. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the country I'm in. No one's gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Marlon moved down here. Now we got to learn English." No, that shouldn't be. You know, that shouldn't be a criteria for them.
Últimamente ha bajado hasta, también esa gente no ha venido ni a preguntar de trabajos ni nada de eso.
The owner, Jesus Segrero, says they use
He's the
No ha
owner.
venido.
What?
Oye, últimamente nos dejaban sus números.
Hold on.
better than usual.
Había muchas llamadas, o venían personalmente, nos dejaban sus números de teléfonos, pero hoy últimamente ha bajado hasta, también esa gente no ha venido ni a preguntar de trabajos ni nada de eso.
The owner, Jesus Segrero, says they used to have several Central American and Mexican workers looking for jobs, but that's slowed down since the beginning of the year, and even more so over the last few weeks.
But I also know something too about people speaking different languages like him. He may have broken English. And a lot of times they'll try to speak English and they're thinking and they can't give you the complete sentence. So maybe she told him, hey, speak in Spanish so you can speak clearly, fluently, and we'll just translate it at the bottom of the screen. That could be that could be the case. But dude, you own a business in the United States. I would expect what's wrong with that dude Knuckles? He been fighting? The hell? Man, where your gloves at handing me my plate? Like, nigga, where your gloves at? What's wrong with your hands? Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah. He should be learning English, man. Man, if you're the owner of a business in America, why do you not speak English?
Sagrero says not only is it hard to find employees, but clientele is down
That cat, that work for the cartel. Damn.
too by about 45%.
Pues me imagino, vuelvo a repetir, por la razón de que se está hablando de muchas redadas alrededor.
He says that he imagines that a lot of these employees and clients aren't coming because of a lot of the immigration raids that are happening around the country. And this restaurant is just one of several in the Metroplex that's seeing a labor shortage. The Texas Restaurant Association says 47% of Texas restaurants currently have job openings that are difficult to fill. And 21% of those restaurants don't have enough employees to support the demand.
And as we talk with restaurant owners in every corner, the word is fear. And you have to remember, if people stop going to work in restaurants, that means restaurants can't serve their community.
Because of recent protests and backlash, the Trump administration recently announced it would halt immigration enforcement in key industries, including at farms and at restaurants, which the Texas Restaurant Association applauds, saying immigrants are a critical component in the industry.
We don't use them or view them as a source of labor. They are critical to making sure that we can do what we do best, which is produce a great plate of food and offer a great experience.
As for Jesus, he says he'll keep showing up to keep his restaurant afloat and hopes the immigration issue subsides.
Vamos a estar aquí a ver hasta dónde aguantamos y pues de todas maneras gracias a ellos por venir.
And the Trump administration says it will also halt immigration enforcement at meatpacking facilities, dairies, and hotels. In Irving, Marissa Armas, CBS News, Texas.
Shout out to the fella with the restaurant. I commend you just for having a business. I'm sure that food is great. I'm sure he does a great job cooking. Man, look at here. Like I said, I don't want to sound hypocritical, but there's a place every weekend that I go to. It's called Mia's in Waxahachie. I go there and I get this potato, egg, and cheese with spinach burritos called a Loca El. And then I get a small watermelon drink. And now they sell churros. And I'm like, what? Come on now. And they, with the caramel in them, man, you probably can see the swellage in my face now. That's why I got to go back, say, starting a couple of days, I'm going back on the detox and getting my life right. But man, it's a restaurant, and in there they speak little to, they speak a little English, not a whole lot. But I mean, shoot, I ain't finna sit there and ask for green cards and nothing like that. That's not my job. Because what I'm supposed to do is basically expect that anybody who's running a business in the country is here legally or trying to obtain citizenship one way or another. It's not my job to sit there and point out anybody who may or may not be. Because here you can have Jamaicans, Africans, Caribbeans, Asians, Anybody can be over here and not be a legal citizen or not be legally over here. It can happen, it could be any of them. So it ain't just like the Hispanic people. So hey, like I said, it ain't my job now. Now those that's doing the riots and fighting and raising, throwing up your flag and causing violence and harm to police and people like that. Nah, I can't rock with them. I can't rock with them. But those who can cook a damn good plate of food and ain't bothering me, ain't bothering them. Hell, matter of fact, they even came to like they even came to my job one time and passed out food and hand out food to some of the residents and stuff. So man, look, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They doing good by the community. I ain't got no problem. If you ain't doing right, I mean, I can't help you either, right? So but anyway, bottom line in this story is one, with the people that want to come over here, just do it the way the law tell you to do it. That's all you can do. I mean, we got to follow the laws. You should follow the laws. I know a lot of you trying to come here for a better life, send money back to your country. Hell, I done talk to Africans that do that crap all the time. They tell you about they can buy land and the land is yours. You ain't got to pay no taxes. They make money and they send money back home. They're building houses, these big mansions over there in their country. And in about 20 years, they're gonna move back and let that be the reason. I mean, if America allows it, then doggone it, who am I to sit there and get mad at them for doing it? But in the meantime, like I say, those who want to come over here, do it the way the law tells you to do, right or wrong. I mean, you got to follow the law, whether you like it or not. And America, if y'all so worried about them, pay your people. Bottom line, from the president to all levels, branches of Congress on down, pay your people. That's it. Pay your people a livable wage. You know how much it costs to live in this country. What they say, you got to make $17 an hour to be able to $17 to $21 an hour to be able to afford a 1-bedroom apartment if you're single and have no kids, something like that. I mean, shoot. So if you know that's the case, Donald Trump and anybody whoever runs the economy and the budget, pay your people, man. Simple as that. You pay your people, you ain't gotta a lot of this stuff. You can avoid a lot of these conflicts. Just pay your people livable wage, because first thing people say is, "Oh, these are jobs that people don't want." Like the story said that they got a bunch of jobs. 22% of the jobs they can't get out there. They can't fill. They're hard to fill because you're not paying people. You're just not paying people. I mean, we try to do things for love. It's like even what I do. I mean, I enjoy and I love what I'm doing. I love taking care of the people I'm taking care of, and I get love who I work with. But if opportunity comes for me to where I can get a better position and make more money, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to live and you got to be able to take care of yourself. Because in the end, you're responsible for you and your family. And so you got to. So it's like, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna take less money for what? I'm trying to live and try to be comfortable, because I know as time go on, inflation happens, and you got to be making more money, or you got to know how to balance your budget, this and the third. But the bottom line is, hey, y'all, pay your people, man. You pay your people good livable wage to be able to sustain a livable wage and afford to take care of themselves. People go to work. That's all. Like I say, people love a job. I mean, yeah, they might love cooking, might love flipping burgers, and you know what I'm saying, and working on the fries or whatever. But eventually, if you ain't paying for it, people gonna leave. And people like to say that nobody want to work. Shoot, people want to get paid. Period. You got to, but you got to, because that's how the economy is. Due to what prices, how much things are costing in this country, shit, you got to. So anyway, last time, pay your people. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. Now, if you'd like to support us financially, you can go to the description box. You can give you can click, there's a couple of links you can click on there. You got Zelle, Cash App, PayPal. You know what I'm saying? You click on those links there, help support the channel there. Hey, buy me a drink of a cup of cacao. I still drink that. It's a lot of food, high flavonoid. Trust me, it's a lot of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, in that drink is natural. It's great for the heart and everything. Anyway, just buy your boy a cup. Also, you can also give super thanks, super chat, super stickers. Help us that way. But now, if you want something tangible for your dollars, which a lot of people do, you can go to marlonmorales.com. You can hit the Shopify store link below, or you can just hit the links below with the products and check out all our luxury products. We have beard kits, we got silk products, we got fragrances that last all day, and much more. Check it out; you will not be disappointed. But with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.